Alright, so what's up guys, and this is my iPhone 13 Pro, as you can see, and I have installed the latest iOS 16 developer beta on it, and yeah, it's been running pretty smooth. I just quickly go into general, go into about, and as you can see, iOS version 16.0, iPhone 13 Pro. So this is like a developer beta and early release, not for public, just for developers to test their apps on. And the supported devices for iOS are all from the iPhone 8 and above. So this is my iPhone 8 and I have the iOS 16 beta installed on it as well, as you can see on the lock screen. So I have it installed on my iPhone 8 as well. So if you want like a dedicated video of the iPhone 8 on iOS 16 beta 1, let me know, I'll make a video on it as well. But this is the iOS 16 beta 1 and let's test out all the new features that come with it. So the very first and obvious change is in the lock screen. So now as you can see, if I tap on the lock screen, we get an all new look. So you can finally add widgets on your iPhone. As you can see, I have 3 on mine. So if you now swipe up, the notifications come from the bottom. So as you can see, I have it on DND right now, a focus mode, but if I turn DND off real quick, which I can do that from here, as you can see, the notifications will arrive from the bottom. So you can just swipe up to see all the notifications. Right now my device is locked, so I can't see the notifications. Once I unlock it, I'll be able to see the notifications. So yeah, this is the lock screen. You can just swipe the notifications down if you want. So it will go down. The newer notifications will be on top, the rest will be below that. So as you can see, a new one popped up which will overlap the previous one. You can also just tap on your lock screen to customize it. So for that, you'll need to unlock your device first. As you can see, now my device is unlocked. I can just tap and hold. It'll give me an option to customize. If I swipe over here, as you can see, I have another lock screen which I created like a couple of minutes back. So if you want to jump on to the other lock screen, you can do that as well. So if I just tap on this lock screen, as you can see, you get a new wallpaper and a new lock screen. Swipe up and you have the new wallpaper itself. Then if you want to go back, you can just again unlock your device, and once the device is unlocked, tap and hold, go to the other lock screen, tap on it, and you're all set with the new wallpaper and new widgets. You can create as many lock screens as you want. You can also assign a focus mode. So for example, I want this particular lock screen with those widgets on when I'm at work. So you can set different focus modes for different lock screens. You can also customize it if you want. So you can just tap here, you can reduce the number of widgets. As you can see, there we go. You can just add another one, let's say clock. I also want, let's say, the home widget, so you can do that as well. Just tap on this. You can go into your clock. You can edit the font if you want. As you can see, you get a bunch of options. Also, you get a lot of colors here, so you can customize it as per your wish. For example, I'll just keep it to, let's say, green, and I also want to add a couple of widgets. Let's see, I wanted to add fitness on top. You can do that as well. If I wanted to just see the dates here, or the suggested widgets, you can do that as well. Hit done and you're all set. So just swipe and it gets unlocked. Again, you can swipe the notifications down, you can bring them up again. As you can see all the notifications here. You can also, again, if you want, add another lock screen over on the right, or you can just swipe through your previous lock screens that you have already made or selected. So for now, I'll just keep this one. As you can see, this wallpaper, again a new wallpaper. So if you go into settings, if you go back to wallpaper, and if you just tap on add new wallpaper, you get like a new list of wallpapers here. It ranges from featured, as you can see. If you go down, we get weather, astronomy, we get emoji, collections, colors, and so on. I'll just quickly turn on my DND for now for this video. So that was all for what's coming with the lock screen. So another new feature with lock screen is if you go into music and I'll just quickly reduce the volume here, and if I play a song real quick, there we go, and then if I lock my device again, you'll be able to see that there is a widget here at the bottom, and you can just swipe it up if you want. But now you can also just tap here and browse through the different timings that you have with the song, as you can see. So that's like a new feature again with the lock screen. There's another feature where let's say if I customize this, and if I wanted to see details of moon, details of earth, details of solar system, you can do that as well. Again, if you just hit done and if you swipe up, as you can see, you get a lot of details, or you get, as you can see, bugs. So basically you get a lot of details with the wallpaper itself. If I go to settings again, if I go to wallpaper, add a new wallpaper, if I go to photos, if I scroll down, if I just wanted to select my photo here, I can do that as well, which will create like a depth. And if I just hit done, it will save the new wallpaper, and now as you can see, it created like a depth. So you can just tap, you can just swipe between different modes, so black and white, natural. If it's, let's say, a portrait image, it will basically give a depth which will basically allow the clock to go behind the wallpaper. So that's a neat feature. Let's say if you want to delete a previous wallpaper, you can do is tap and hold and hit delete wallpaper. Let's say if you want to delete this one, tap and hold, delete wallpaper. Again this one, tap and hold, delete wallpaper, and you can just keep one that you like. So yeah, that was a new feature that came with the iOS 16 update. The next thing is we'll go into our messages. So we'll just tap messages. As you can see, I have a chat open already. So with the new chat, what you can do is you got a new option here, which is basically dictation. You can tap and hold to record it and just send it. But a new feature that was announced with messages on iOS 16 is now you can unsend or edit your messages. They send hey, if I just send it, it went through. I can just tap and hold, I can undo the send. There we go, which will notify the group itself that you have unsent a message. If I just say, if I wanted to say hey, but if I just send who, I can quickly tap and hold and edit the text to send hey, and the new message will be delivered with an edited text on the bottom of it. So it'll basically notify every person in the group that you have edited the text or you have unsent a text. So the next update is, let's say we go to photos, and these are the images that I have on my phone. Let's say if I just tap on my picture here, if I just tap and hold, I can now lift the subject from the background. So if I just tap and hold, as you can see, I have now lifted myself from the background, and I mean I can just again tap and hold, I can copy my image here, or I can just quickly share it with the chats. So if I just copy, and let's go into our messages again, and I can just quickly paste it here and just send it. So again, that's a new feature that came with iOS 16. One thing that I do not and cannot find right now is the pay later, which was supposed to be coming to the wallet itself. So I don't see any of that feature here with on my device, and even if I just tap the plus button, I can only see these options. But if I go back, you can see there's a new option here which will basically help you track your shipping. So as it says, orders you placed with participating merchants will appear here. So let's say if you have multiple packages that you have paid through Apple Pay, they'll basically appear on your wallet app. So the next thing has to do with Apple Maps. So if I just tap and open Apple Maps, and I'll just quickly zoom out. So now the new thing with Apple Maps is that you can basically add multiple stops just like Google Maps. So you can finally add multiple stops to your destination or before your destination. You can finally do that now with Apple Maps itself. So again, that's a new neat features, and it basically will push a lot of Google Maps users to Apple Maps. And I myself is using Apple Maps more nowadays because it's getting pretty close to Google Maps itself. So again, a neat little feature to push users from Google Maps to Apple Maps. So the next thing with iOS 16 is the redesigned home app. So if I just again, as I open the home app, you can see it is redesigned. For some reason, I still have issues with it working seamlessly with my devices. But if I go into my bedroom, as you can see, I have my lamp, my monitor, and so on. If I just turn on the lamp here, as you can see, the brightness went up, and yeah, again, nothing new. It's just like a redesigned home app. So yeah, I think, I mean, that is pretty much it with the home app. Nothing too fancy with it. It's just a redesign. One thing that I still don't see on or with the iOS 16 update is the live activities, which are supposed to be here at the bottom, telling you the scores for different games, your Uber ride, and so on. So yeah, I think that is pretty much it for the iOS 16 update. I think I covered a lot of new features. I just don't have the iCloud photos, so I can't really show you guys the shared photo library that was introduced with the iOS 16 update. But it's nothing major. It's just you can share pictures across your families or across your family group. So that's like a new thing. We also get like a new next generation of CarPlay, but that doesn't come till next year. And we also have a minor update to news with a new sports thingy. So Apple News Sports is what it's called. And we also have like a new search button over here for some reason. I personally don't like it, but yeah, you can now search for anything you want. So if you don't like the search button over here at the bottom, what you can do is go to settings, scroll down and go to home screen, and you can just disable the show spotlight option, which will basically get rid of the search button here on the bottom. So as you can see, you get all search across the internet as well. So that's like a pretty neat feature. But yeah, that is all for iOS 16. I think that sums it up for the update. Nothing major, to be honest. Feels like a 0.5 update to me. But yeah, I do love all the new features that it launched with it. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the video for iOS 16. I have also installed the WatchOS 9 on my Apple Watch Series 7, and I also have the new Mac OS running on my MacBook Pro here. If you want a video on that as well, let me know. I'll be happy to make one in the future. A few miscellaneous features I want to talk about is, if you go to settings real quick, if you go to notifications, and if you display your notifications as, let's say, count, it will basically give you a count of notifications here at the bottom instead of showing you all the notifications. And you can basically toggle through stack and list if you want. The next thing is, if you go back to sound and haptics, basically you now have keyboard feedback, and you can turn on the haptic mode here, which will basically enable a new haptic feature on your Apple keyboard. So if you want to type anything here on the keyboard, you'll get a new haptic here on the keyboard. So next thing, again, as I mentioned, you can go into settings, you can go back, and you can go into your home screen and disable the search here, which shows on the home screen itself on the bottom here. So you can disable that if you're not a fan of it. So yeah, a couple of miscellaneous features that I wanted to mention. And oh, another thing here is, if you go into your photos real quick, and if you scroll down, now your recently deleted and hidden folders have locks on it. So if you want to access your recently deleted, it'll basically scan your face or your fingerprint, and only then will it open that particular folder. So yeah, that's pretty much it for iOS 16. So yeah, thank you for watching, and yeah, I'll catch you guys in the next one.